Okay.
I mean, just so you don't have to go through the trouble every time, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done now.
Okay, so are we playing or are we
Yeah.
doing a countdown?
No countdown.
Okay,
Just play.
okay. Alright, so last time I seriously could not find the middle star in this level. Like, for the life of me, I could not find it. Do you happen to remember where the green star is in this level? I need to ask. Beach level?
I'm not sure.
Great. Well, I guess I'll be here a while longer then. Yeah, I literally was like in this level for 20 minutes at the end of the last stream. Like, I was just repeating it. It became like a Groundhog Day kind of thing. I was just repeating it over and over and over again. Bro, why aren't you talking? What's going on?
Huh?
You're not talking. What's going on?
Because I was concentrating on a level.
Oh. Were you not concentrating last time?
Probably not.
Oh, well, you're still beating me, so. Okay, well, there we go.
I can't tell if my controller has input lag or not because I'm a bit dumb. I don't know if it's meant to be like this or not, or if there's a bit of lag to my controller, but it's fine. It's like, it's so minor that I can't really tell, but at the same time, I'm not sure.
I mean, is it the same setup you were using last time?
Well, I mean, like, it's a Bluetooth. It's like a Bluetooth.
Oh,
controller.
It's wireless.
Yeah.
I'm just playing Pro Controller plugged into the Switch. Though my video is lagging. Well, not for me it isn't, but it is for the internet.
Maybe I should plug it in.
Well, I got the star.
Cool.
Well, it don't matter much, because I died.
I don't know where the second one is. I'm trying to find the second one and I can't find it anywhere.
Which level?
I'm in the boss, the final thingy boss thing. Hard to tell you. Because I don't know the name.
Okay.
I think it's like the World 6 boss. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know. I'm still... I've cleared this level so many times already, but now I've got to clear it again. But I do have all the stars this time. So, Nintendo, I saw you reply to the tweet where
What
Nintendo
tweet?
said that thing about emulators. They said no. They said emulation is bad for business and bad for like innovation. And like my kind of response to that is like I'm glad they kind of care about the sort of morale of their staff because that's a weirdly rare thing in the games industry in like the AAA games industry.
I think they didn't actually say that. I think it's all a lie. I think it's a ruse made by Kotaku to try and make...
Oh, you don't think it was... Oh, it could have been a mistranslation.
No,
But,
I think it was fake.
Oh. Well, either way, the point I guess I'm gonna make... I know we kind of talked about this a lot already, so I won't dwell on it too much, but, I think that if Nintendo just made it easier to access their old games, then people
Oh my god, it's a Kaku.
probably... Because a lot of people do just emulate these games because it's easier. Like,
Yeah,
not all of them.
well.
I mean, a lot of people do just do it for piracy as well, I'm sure. But, like, I guarantee that there are plenty of people who emulate them just because it's easier to, like...
Not everyone can afford to spend £100 on
a used game, none of the money of which goes to Nintendo. right?
So it's an easy thing, but it's also a money thing as well because most people cannot afford to pay that much.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If they found a way to keep these games accessible, but currently the current business model is that we have to wait ages for Nintendo to re-release them as a remaster, but charge the same price as like a new game for them, which is a really frustrating way to keep their backlog. I don't know. I just wish they.
Hello and up. Yeah.
I wish they were a bit better at finding ways to. I don't know. They should make like a service or something. I don't know. I don't
really see how. If that quote is real, well, first of all,
it might
emulators are
not
not
be real.
illegal. Emulators are not illegal in any way, shape, or form. So that's
Well,
just a lie.
Yeah.
Second of all, how the hell does downloading an emulator hurt morale in any way, shape, or form?
Well,
No developer is going to be like, oh my god, you're playing the game on an emulator that was made 30 years ago? That's so bad. I can't make games anymore because you did that. Nobody is saying that.
Well, I mean, okay. So if it's a game that is being sold commercially now, and people are emulating it rather than paying it, that is one thing. If it's a game that is super old, isn't accessible through any commercial means besides like used games and stuff, I don't think that's really hurting anybody. But it is
Well,
still.
the thing is, they're talking about Dolphin Emulator, which is an emulator for a GameCube.
Emulators themselves aren't illegal. That's
Yeah, exactly. But that's what they're talking about is emulators.
it. Might
And
have
they're
been a
saying how
mistranslation.
emulating a game is it's hurting developers' morale, which makes no sense because like I don't think the developers of Luigi's Mansion are getting annoyed because you're playing the game in HD.
Yeah,
I don't think they can't make a game anymore because you're playing their game from 20 years ago in HD.
well,
I don't understand how anyone. I don't understand. Why?
I will admit I didn't actually look at the article. I only looked at what you responded to. Maybe I should read it. And
Well, it's from Kotaku, so you can't really trust it anyway. But you know.
probably not.
I mean, they were blacklisted by Nintendo, so how would they get a spokesperson from Nintendo to tell them something? That sounds awfully suspicious.
But if it is fake, then they could chart. Then that's. I don't know. I should look at it. But no, I agree. Kotaku's weird. Kotaku's a bit strange. Oh my god. I can't play video games. Okay, well, it's
And especially considering Kotaku were the one that were like advertising the Tears of the Kingdom leaks, talking about it before the game came out.
I do know that didn't they make a tweet that like jokingly compared Nintendo to like Nazis or something?
I don't know about that, but
No, they've had a tweet saying like this is my fault.
oh yeah. One of the writers was like, they were like saying this is what I do to Nintendo developers, and it was like a Japanese pilot from World War II. So they were basically saying they wanted to like kill Japanese or something.
I mean, I'm not a PR expert, but that sounds like pretty bad PR to me.
Yeah. Not the best idea.
Oh, it's. Well, I still spent way too long on this level, but.
These bosses are great. I hope the next Mario has more bosses than Odyssey does. Because Odyssey doesn't really have that many bosses. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it reuses them a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. It definitely does that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess more would be nice. Though I will admit the bosses aren't the main draw to that game for me, but you know, better
The thing
bosses.
I like about Galaxy is how many, like, bosses they have. Like, there's like a boss per level, really.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're great. I mean, the big bug guy and the Mega Leg guy and then Magic Cooper. There's so many great bosses in Galaxy.
Cool. Maybe we'll play that at some point. Oh, it'll
If you
be
want,
even
yeah.
more one-sided than this game, I imagine.
Probably, yeah. That's why you gotta practice.
I do.
Speaking
isn't
of
really a racing mode,
Shrek,
it's just two Let's Plays playing simultaneously, one slightly behind, one several levels behind.
new Super Mario Bros. Yoo-hoo!
Oh, I sent you the link to that Donkey Kong thing that I keep mentioning.
Yeah, I think I've seen that actually. I just don't really remember what it was like.
Well, that same person had made other stuff a while ago, but that one was like a couple weeks ago, and he actually like got the actual actors from the old TV show to voice in it.
You're going back. Why are you going backwards? You're
Because
going
there
to.
was a star I missed, and I was checking to see if
Ah.
there was one that I missed for sure. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to go look because it's gonna play on my mic.
You just go on the world map. Just press the minus button.
What? Oh, well, I'm stupid. Okay, which world is the?
And then press.
Wait, where's the Mario Kart level? The one that's like.
That's world 3.
Okay. Well, I must have gotten the stars if it was in World 3, but I just don't remember too good. Oh, don't see. Sure it was in World 3?
Yeah, it's in one of the pipes.
Oh.
It's in
There's a
one of
way
the
to, like-
pipes.
Yeah, you're right. Here it is.
Keep
No, I
dying.
didn't get it. God damn it. I guess I'm... Where can I get a cat suit really quickly? God damn it.
First level.
Am I really gonna be going back to the first level? Just fine. Oh well, I guess I gotta do it. I gotta get that level done at some point. This isn't a race.
Oh my god! I got bad depth perception.
Yeah. Alright, now is it here? There it is. Okay. Now I need to not lose this at any cost.
Damn it, no!
Do you know any shorter games we could play if we do another game after this one? Only because I think the fact that you're ahead is essentially just... If we were more neck and neck, this would have worked better, but the problem is it's been so long since I played this. And I'm also...
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't mind them being a little one-sided, because it's hard for us to be equal at every game, but for like a long game, if like one of us is way behind, it's just going to be multiple episodes of one person being way ahead of the other with like the... So unless you get stuck on the same level for like 3 episodes in a row,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that would be funny.
Well, that's the only... Even if I were to start playing way better, I feel like even then, that's the only way I would catch up. So, for the next game...
I think this might be the last episode anyway, so...
Oh, you don't want to do more after this one?
Probably... Well, I might beat it today, so...
Oh, really? I'm only up to World 4. I haven't even finished it yet. Oh my god, really? God damn it. Okay, I brought a spare. I just need to...
Well, it depends on if you want to, like, do all the levels or not, or if you just want to finish it early, because we could just go up to the last level and then...
Well, I mean, you're gonna win by a landslide regardless, so... Oh my god, no! Oh, I don't... Oh, wait. Okay, crisis averted, crisis averted. I was about to start crying. That would have been real awkward. Although you're hearing me react to things like 5 seconds before it happens, so a lot of my reactions are gonna seem weird and out of nowhere a lot of the time, I think.
God damn it!
Hmm?
I keep dying.
Finally, jeez. Okay, I just need to beat the level and I can finally move on. I don't know why I went through. I mean, how many stars do you need to beat the game? Like, just the base game?
I don't think it's that many.
Like, I'm just wondering if maybe it's at a point where I could stop collecting stars, because I've gotten most stars. How many stars do I have? 116. How many
Probably.
stars are required to, like, just beat, like, the final boss of, like...
I don't
Celeste?
know, but...
Oops, excuse me. Alright, I'm just gonna look it up really quickly. You need 170 to get the final boss. So... Your call. It's your show.
It's the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I don't really care, you can do what you want at this point.
Well, I'll just keep getting the stars for now, because I've still got a few to get before I'm at the point where I can just forget about stars.
I don't know what games you're good at though, so...
Most of them are Sonic games.
Like... I almost won DuckTales, just because of that stupid final level. Like, it was very close to that DuckTales race, so... If we did it again, I'd probably maybe win. I don't know.
I'll be fine to try again.
No, I don't want to do it again right now. Maybe we could do like Generations. I don't know.
I'll win if it's Generations.
Or we could do like Adventure.
I'll definitely win if it's Adventure.
You say that, but...
I will,
Pretty-
trust me. I'm not egotistical, I'm prefer to be humble, but I have actually genuinely speedrun that game before. Well, Sonic Story at least. And I've
I
also
wouldn't
just
do any
played
other.
through it. I've played through it like 1 billion times as well, even outside of speedrunning it. Oh my god.
We could speedrun Pokemon.
I would definitely, even though I've played a ton of Pokemon, I would not do well because I would be thinking too much. Games that I've played a lot are typically the ones that I would be best racing at, even if I'm not like extraordinarily good. If I've just played it a lot, I feel like I'd have a better chance.
We could speedrun
I mean, I'll happily speedrun a Sonic game, but I feel
Splatoon.
Hmm?
Splatoon.
I barely played that. I mean, I'll play a Sonic game, don't get me wrong. And by all means, if you do manage to beat me, I will accept defeat. I'm not arrogant
Alright, next
enough.
time we'll do a Sonic Adventure. I don't know how we're gonna do it though, because I don't have the game on... I have it on PS3 and I can't stream the PS3, so... Maybe if you could give me the DX version, the mod version, we should play the mod version.
You can mod the Steam version.
Exactly, that's what I was...
Yeah, we'll work something out. Yeah, sure. I mean, I take it we'll just be doing Sonic Story.
Yeah, because that's the only one I care a shit about.
What's the one? I mean, I mean, I'd be fine to do a full game. I mean, I'm fine to do like Sonic Adventure 2 as well.
I haven't done the dark mode for that, I only beat the normal.
We don't have to do. We could just do one of the stories.
Also, I...
But the fact that you haven't fully beaten the game, like, I mean, I haven't.
No, I just don't really like that game because of all the stupid filler stuff. Like the
Oh.
Knuckles sections. I'm not a
I
big
like it.
fan. I don't like that at all. I like the normal levels, but not the, you know what,
Yeah.
Pumpkin Hill. I'm so bad at them. I always get like F rank whenever I do it. And the hints don't make any sense to me.
Rayman Revolution on PS2 is never one I'd be willing to play.
I don't know how I would play that. I mean, I guess I could get like the emulator, yeah.
I mean, that's what I would be playing it on, but I've ripped my own ISO and stuff. So. I have both the US and the PAL version.
To play One Piece Grand Battle on the GameCube.
I have the PS2 version of that.
I have both the PS2 and the GameCube version.
Not really a speed or any kind of game though.
Any game is a speedrunning game.
Well,
Even
well,
the
like,
Walking
story mode is just
Dead.
kind of. Well, I guess there is a story mode.
The Walking Dead. We could do a versus on the Walking Dead game.
I mean, you could feasibly do that with maybe the first Walking Dead game, because there are some like puzzles and stuff, but for any of the others, it would definitely not work.
Look at that that choice he made. That was so cool. He saved a lot of time by using that choice.
Telltale's not coming to that.
No, I was watching a video like the worst speedruns ever, and The Walking Dead was one of them because it's just like a load of text. It's just a load of choices and text. I love that.
I died.
We could speedrun Pictionary.
There's also what's it called?
Pictionary.
No, not Pictionary. I forget. It's called like Rayman Forever or something.
Oh, is that like a remake of Rayman 1?
It's a entirely fan-made remake of Rayman 1 on itch.io or something.
I'm not gonna lie, I really do not like the first Rayman game. I find it very annoying because every time you die you have to restart the entire game.
Well, they fixed that in this version, but...
Alright, maybe it's a bit better then.
And you also have all the power-ups from the beginning as well.
But seriously, the PS1 version, oh my god.
I mean, I'd be fine to play pretty much any version of Rayman 2, I think. Well, I'd prefer to play, like...
The DS version.
I mean, that's basically just a buggier version of the 64 version.
I like playing bad versions of games, because it's more interesting.
Oh, you might like Rayman DS in that case. Rayman 3D is worse as well, but it's not as bad as Rayman DS.
Apparently a Rayman 3 HD is pretty bad.
I mean, I tried it on Xbox Series S. It seemed alright.
Apparently there's a lot of bugs and stuff in it.
Yeah. Maybe I just got lucky. I didn't encounter any, but I also didn't play the whole game, to be fair. I prefer Rayman 2 to Rayman 3.
Oh, I think I like Rayman 3 more because it's more of an interesting... I think both are great games though.
I just like the world in Rayman 2 better. Rayman 3 is too self-aware. It cheapens the experience.
Yeah, but it has John Leguizamo.
Who's that?
He's like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Oh.
He plays a Glowbox. And he also plays Luigi in the Mario movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Luigi is actually in Rayman, if you think about it.
Well, the story in that game really, it's just hard to really care about it because they break the fourth wall way too much to the point where it's like, okay, well clearly nothing's real, so nothing matters. Like I don't mind a little bit of fourth wall breaking, but if it's like the crux of every joke, then it's like, okay, well,
I like all the
stakes?
lum thingies when they say like time to go get like used socks or something. It's really
Oh,
I love
the
those.
teamsies,
Yeah.
they always say some. I mean, there's fun stuff in the game. Don't get me wrong. Like I like the visuals and I like the set, the scenery and stuff. I don't, it's not a bad game, but out of the trilogy, it's my least favorite.
Oh, I like Immortal Rayman 1 at least. I don't know about Rayman 2, but
No, Rayman 2 is my favorite, but Rayman 1, I think, can be fun once you.
I don't like how the controls are so stiffy and then the life thing is so puh.
Yeah, it gets better when you get power-ups, I think. Power-ups make a big difference when you get more control. Oh my god. Generations I'd love to play. That would be good for a race as well, because that game's so short. So yeah, I'd be down for Generations.
How about we do 2 games at the same time?
You mean like one after the other?
No, I mean at the same time.
That sounds terrible. That sounds awful. Respectfulness.
Have 2 controllers, one for each hand.
I mean, I don't know what you think. I mean, any Sonic, I'm just basically any Sonic game on Steam, I'd be willing to speedrun. And some that aren't on Steam.
Oh, why
as
is it
well.
not doing that?
So like Sonic Mania, for example, Sonic Origin, anything in Sonic Origins.
Ow.
Sonic Lost World, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Sonic commits tax fraud.
That's a good one. I'll even play Sonic Forces, even though it's not a very good game, but I'll play it though.
Yeah, I will not play that.
That's fair. Sonic 4. Oh, we already played Sonic 4.
Yeah. And I didn't even beat the game because I couldn't fucking do it.
That game's frustrating though. The only reason I was able to beat it is because I played it a bunch of times already. But
No, I got to the final boss and I kept dying on it because the floor kept collapsing. But I did end up...
No, the final boss of that game is frustrating though. Like, it legitimately is frustrating.
Yeah, because you have to like spin dash out to the right side. And there's only like a strict time limit.
I think episode 2 is better than episode 1, but...
Oh, I haven't got that far into episode 2.
I mean, episode 2 isn't amazing, but it's better than episode 1. It's... Either way, it's definitely not Sonic 4. It's like Sonic Classic Edition. It's like new Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic 3.5.
It's like the new Super Mario Bros. To Sonic, but except new Super Mario Bros. Is actually, like, better. Whereas this is worse.
Well, I mean, it's a bit longer too, because Sonic 4 Episode 1 is only like 4 levels.
Yeah, no, I just mean like in terms of gameplay, in terms of like actual content, they're very different.
Ah! There's fish everywhere.
No, I never beat Sonic Mania with the Plus update because they changed the Metal Sonic fight. I never got the hang of it, but I also didn't.
I only beat the original 2. I didn't really think they added much. I thought all they did was add like a timed mode and then like a few new characters to play with.
What game are we talking about? My brain just flatlined.
Mania, Sonic Mania Plus.
No, Mania Plus is actually good. Like, it's good. It's well, because they added they added the 2 extra characters, which is cool because they're also characters that have not been said in a while. But admittedly, there is a few small little quality of life changes, but admittedly, it's not like a whole new game. It is, by all means, a DLC, but I think it's a good DLC personally. Whereas Origins Plus feels like it's just adding in what should have been there from the beginning.
Yeah, I just didn't really see the point of playing it all over again just for like a few extra thingies. Also, I'm gonna have to
But the
redo this level.
encore mode's kind of neat because you get the some of the level layouts are changed, but you also get the different visuals. You also get the whole like tag thing, which is kind of interesting. It's nothing crazy. So if you were over the game, it's more of a bonus for people who enjoyed it. But there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, I just played the game casually. I wasn't like looking at every
Yeah.
single detail thingy. So.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be. It's the kind of thing where I think people would have maybe more people would have gotten to appreciate it if it was in there from the beginning. But it's nothing bad in the content by any means.
Well, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just not that interesting for me personally. Because
I mean,
of how...
I find it kind of interesting, but
Yeah, but you're really into the game, so...
yeah, that's true.
Like, if it was for, like, Mario Odyssey or something, I would be more interested in using it. Because I did, like, the Balloon World DLC stuff. Even for most people, that wasn't really interesting. But for me, it was cool. Because...
Well, I thought it was neat, but it wasn't enough to make me want to play the game, so yeah, I get what you're saying.
I did, like, 20 levels in a row winning. That was crazy.
I mean, it looked like it could be fun, but it's not like it. It's interesting, though.
Well, the problem was like all of the balloons are in the same damn spots, so you couldn't really. There wasn't many different ones. They were mostly in the same area. Great way to get coins, though. Ow!
Probably most of the games I play are either Sonic games or MMOs. Most of the platform games I played as a kid don't exist anymore, except for Sonic. Which also means that I haven't been playing.
Mario Luigi, kicking bad. Mario Luigi, kicking your man. Mario Luigi. Ah!
I'll play Hat in Time though.
Ah! What about Zelda? You ever played that?
Which one?
I don't know. What about Mario Kart?
I mean that would be more of a literal kind of race. But I'd be willing to do Mario Kart races, maybe. Mario Kart, I don't feels a bit too chaotic for me. I know some people will think this is stupid, but I legitimately like All Stars racing better because it feels like less chaotic. The controls are a bit stiff at first though, but they're actually pretty good once you get used to them. But
ah, no, 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 no.
Crash Team Racing is a good game.
No. I didn't really like that one. I played the demo of it. I didn't really get into it.
Fair enough.
I'm a Mario Kart.
I mean, I've played them both, but I think I like Crash better.
My favorite is Mario Kart on the Wii.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say that's like the best one.
I think most people say like 8 is the best one nowadays. Because that's the one that everybody has played, because it's like...
I always thought people were always talking about like Mario Kart 64 or
well, maybe back in like the day, but I don't think...
No, I mean like even like in recent times.
Oh, really? I haven't heard anyone talking about 64 for years.
Well, I haven't heard anyone talk about Mario Kart in a while, admittedly. At least not.
Well, when everybody says something about the best Mario Kart, it's usually Mario Kart 8. Because that has like...
you know, I can believe it, but I know some people say they like the Wii one better than Mario Kart 8.
Oh, that's just me.
No, I've heard like a few people say that.
Problem with Mario Kart is that the levels aren't as good, I don't think.
I never played it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought everybody played it.
Yeah, most people. I'm one of the few that haven't. I know most people who have a Switch have played it. And rightfully so. I have no doubt that it's a good game. I just never felt like it.
My brother bought a Switch just to play Mario Kart.
I don't think I'd buy a console just to play Mario Kart. I'm just not that big into racing games, truthfully.
I
Like,
can't
mean,
wait until the
I don't get like excited over racing
new dawn
games.
of life when Mario Kart 9 comes out.
I don't know where the middle star is at this level. I am.
I thought you were gonna skip them.
No, I still need 180 stars.
Oh fuck!
Hmm.
I am fucked!
No, you're still winning.
I'm not winning. Because I'm not beating the game. And Mario's dying.
No, he had it coming.
And I can't even speak because I can't hear myself. These headphones. It's impossible to speak without actually like not being able to hear anything. So I'm just gonna take my damn headphones off for a second. I wish I had earphones that were like not so thick.
I'm just using a Microsoft Live Chat. Because I'm just basic, I guess. Oh, it's over there. I'm not as with it today as I thought I was. Whenever I think I'm with it, I'm not with it.
Well, I'm really not with it. I'm doing terrible. Why don't we do like the original Donkey Kong Country? Have you played that?
Not much.
Well, then that's
Barely.
not a great idea.
Well, I mean, you'll win.
Exactly.
But
It's not fun if I have no chance of losing.
I mean, I could practice it.
Good, maybe. Ow.
Cause I never really beat this game, so maybe. Oh my god, I can't play it. I'm not like as bad as video games as I'm sure the stream is making me look. I'm just not good at video games while streaming, unless it's a game I've played a lot. And even then, I'm better at playing. I'm not like a master, but I'm better than this.
Finally got it. Took about 1,000 years, but I did it.
Nice. Are there any games you really, really, really want to play, like for a race? I mean, that, like, just assume that like none of the problems we've talked about with some of them are a thing. Like, I'm assuming there was no obstacles or anything to stop it from happening. What game would you really want to play on specifically for a race though? Like, just
Fallout
forget
76.
about. Is that a serious answer? Or?
No, but
Give me
that's
a
what
serious
Todd would
answer.
say. I don't know. That's a really hard question because there's a lot of games I want to play.
Well, like any game, forget about whether it's a game that I've said no to already. Like, just assume it could be literally any game you like right now. If you like, you had to answer.
What about Majora's Mask? Like, but not 100%. Just like whoever beats
Okay.
the game first.
I mean, if you
And no
if you really
glitches.
want to try that, I could practice it. I guess it's on the Switch now, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Could maybe try it out.
We wouldn't do like 100%. We'd just be getting like whatever
Well,
the fuck.
my playthrough of it was 100%, but I
Yeah.
definitely don't remember it enough to do it again. I was following a guide for most of it.
Yeah, well, the problem is, it's hard to get 100%. And also, it takes a lot longer.
Oh no, I wouldn't want to speedrun 100% for Majora's Mask. I'd want to learn how to speedrun it without 100%. Have you ever speedrun that game before?
Nope, but I have,
Have you watched speedruns of it?
yeah.
So do you know like any secrets, routes, or anything? It's fine if you do, but if you do, I'll want to learn them.
No, I don't know any
glitches.
glitches.
Well, not even glitches, just like, well, I mean, I'm just wondering if I was gonna practice the game, if I should look up any speedrun tactics.
No, I have
or-
no clue. I have no clue what the tactics are. I know there's like, I know all the glitches and the warps and stuff, but I'm not gonna do any of them, so...
Oh, so would we be doing a glitches speedrun?
Yeah.
No, like, well, I mean, no glitches within reason, like stuff that like.
Oh, I do know that you can, like... I know you can, get to, Thingy Valley, Ikana Canyon without the ice arrows. I know that much.
Okay.
Because I watched a video where some guy beat the entire game in one 3-day cycle, which was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I kind of like to see that.
Maybe
So,
we should
would
do
you
that.
rather do Majora than Ocarina?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, if you had to pick one of those two.
I would rather.
I would rather.
Joker. Do you ever
Nice.
just go insane?
Yes.
Oh no, they're coming for me! Ah!
I mean, to say go insane would imply there was ever really a point when it wasn't.
They're coming! I died. No, but like, we could probably do either Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. I'm just saying Majora's Mask is a more interesting game to play. Because A, it's shorter to not 100%, and B, I've played it less. So,
Okay. Well, thing is, I would have to, if we were gonna do it, I would have to practice a little, because I just don't remember enough about the game to, like, it would be too one-sided, but I'm also, like, not sure how much I would need to practice it, because I don't want to, like, over-practice and make it, like, one-sided. But I also know that I definitely wouldn't be good if I were to just go in, like, if we were to, like, do it right now, for example, I would not have a clue what I was doing. I wouldn't be able to figure out my way through the game, and
how about, Saints Row 3?
never played a Saints Row game ever.
Oh. How about Pilot Wings Resort?
I don't think I played that.
How about,
It's okay, just keep listing games that you might want to race.
Dinky Dong Dacing? How about Lester the Unlikely?
Was that, like... I feel like wasn't there an AVGN video on that?
Yeah. One of the worst games ever. How about E.T.?
No, that's one of the best games ever.
E.T.
So
2.
even the creator of game fully admits that it's bad. Like, it's not like anyone.
Well, yeah, well, of course he would. Yeah, imagine if he
mean-
was like, oh my god, this is actually the best game ever, everybody else is just a hater. That would be
No,
funny.
he's actually like, I think even when he made it, he knew it was bad, but he was like under insane like time pressure
Oh.
and like super low budget.
Yeah, but it would be more interesting if he was like in full denial about how bad it was, I would say. That would be the funnier outcome.
I mean, I think he did his best with what little time.
Well, he's a great game designer. He made Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was like one of the first action-adventure games ever. It was kind of like a precursor to Zelda
Oh,
on the Atari.
I did not know that. I kind of feel bad that I only know him for ET now. Oh, I need one more star.
What about ET2?
Is there a sequel to it?
No, but there should be. And in the AVGN movie, they made a sequel. Or some shit like that. Did you ever see the AVGN movie?
I actually did. The whole thing.
It's something, alright.
I mean, he did a movie, and I'm proud of him for that, because he's always been about movies, but, I don't think I would have cared about it at all if it wasn't him, if I'm being honest.
One day I'll make a motion picture.
You never know.
But I wouldn't go out of California.
If I ever go to visit America again, I would never want to go to California. It sounds awful. Well, actually, that's where I live, but I wouldn't want to go back, is what I'm saying.
You live in California right now?
I lived there
Oh.
for like a year. Did I get one? Yeah.
I have no reason to go to America. Other than to go to, Star Wars land.
I mean, I have some friends in Canada. I might go if I ever, maybe I could go to, because I'd kind of like to go to Canada. I think I would like it better there.
I've been to, British Columbia.
Nice.
You know, like, the majority of, people in Canada live, like, right next to the border.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because most of Canada is just a load of nothing wilderness.
Oh.
Same thing with Australia. Most people live across the coast of Australia.
I
Because
have heard that. I've heard that a lot of Australia is just wildlife.
Yeah.
That the actual populated area is not a very big portion of it. But I learned that pretty recently, actually. I don't remember where, though. This is a really nice level. I think this is my favorite level in this game, just because of how it looks.
Yeah, it's a cool level. It's like an open world level, but with a time limit.
I'm just a big fan of sunsets. I'm a big sunset fan. It's my favorite.
What about Sunset Boulevard? Don't know what the hell that is, but...
Well, there's a level in Sonic Forces called Sunset Heights. It's not a very good level, though. It is.
It is one of the levels of all time.
It's just there's nothing in it. It's so short and it's over so quickly, and there's like you barely do anything. You just boost forward. Most of the levels in Forces are like that. There's like so little actual level design. Like they thought the thrill of boosting and stuff would make up for how little actual gameplay there is. But to be fair, I think that the guy who directed that game, he is aware of. He's actually been he's been working really hard to like.
Oh!
Like Sonic.
Which guy made that game?
Well, he's been like responding to tweets and stuff in regards because it's the same guy who directed Frontiers, but he kind of. I think Forces. He just genuinely.
I am friends with Iizuka on Facebook. Did you know that?
I've met Iizuka.
I have not, but
He signed my art book.
which art book is that?
Sonic official Sonic art book.
Oh, was that the Summer of Sonic?
It was.
Oh.
Well, see, yeah, to say I've met him, I mean, I didn't like have a conversation with him, but like he smiled at me and signed my thing.
Does he speak English or does he only speak Japanese?
He speaks a little English. No, he's not like he's more fluent in Japanese, but he knows some English.
I met Mario.
Oh, you meant Mario?
Yeah.
Mario speaks English.
And he signed Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario. And he signed my copy of 3D World.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
And Galaxy Year 2.
Oh, that's really cool. He seems like from what I've seen of videos, he seems like just the nicest person in the world.
Well, he is Mario.
But he just seems always really happy to like talk to fans and stuff like that. He's really happy to like do the voices when people ask.
I want to
him,
meet Mr. Mario Mr. Mario himself.
Nah, I hear he's kind of a jerk in real life. I hear he's really rude to his fans.
What about Mr. Nintendo?
I think he's a bit stuck up as well.
Who would you rather meet, Koizumi or Miyamoto?
Who's Koizumi again?
The guy that did the Mario.
Which one?
Hard to say.
I thought Miyamoto made Mario. Who's Koizumi?
No, he does he did the 3D Marios.
Oh, that game's probably Koizumi.
Yeah. He started like he did the story for Link's Awakening, and then he went on to do Mario 64. And then he also worked on Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then after he went to do Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, and then he's now a producer.
I mean, definitely him. He sounds like he's responsible for all the stuff I like, if anything.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad that I didn't immediately know the name. Though I do know that... I know him now that you've described him, because I know that, like, at first Zelda was more of a Miyamoto thing, but then someone else, like, worked alongside him.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be him.
He's like the guy that's in the Switch, the directs all the time. He like does the direct stuff.
Oh, wait, is he the?
He's the guy that wears the suit in the directs, and he's like, "Hey, this is the direct. Here's the new game." Because he's like one of the bigger Switch product managers now.
I wonder what the future of Nintendo will be, because I feel like some things gonna have to change. Because like, I don't know. I feel like Nintendo gets away with stuff that people would completely crucify other game developers for doing.
I think they need a lot more new staff because they take too long making games, and they need to not. They need to hire more they need to like branch out and like make more studios for like other kinds of games, because they seem to only be releasing like the safe games, like they only need to make like one Zelda instead of like making more unique, different kinds of Zelda games.
Well, I think I'm fine with games taking a while as long as they're worth the wait, but when it's like just more of the same homogenized stuff, it can be a bit disappointing. But I feel like I'd say that whether it took a while or if it didn't, but it would hurt more if it did. But I also don't believe in rushing like creativity.
I'm not saying rushing, I'm just saying like branch out and make more studios.
Maybe.
Hire more people so things get done quicker.
Though you need to make sure you hire the right people as well, though. You can't just hire anybody with basic.
Well, the longer you work at a company, the slower you get because of you getting self-burnt out, and that's what I think a lot of Nintendo developers have gotten.
I mean, you're probably right, but I mean, just to play devil's advocate, I also think it's important to have high standards for who you hire, and
Yeah.
If anybody should have.
Where the hell is this last thing?
So I agree though that like it's good to have more people because.
Well, I think part of the reason why the new Zelda took so long is that they were just like they were unable to think about what they wanted, and because of the development team getting aging, they were unable to think of what they wanted in a streamlined manner, and so the game took longer than what they wanted it to do.
I mean, if the next game is just going to be another Breath of the Wild kind of game, that would be pretty disappointing. I know they said that they kind of implied it would be, which is a little late.
The problem isn't that, the problem is how long will it take for them to release it? Like, will it be like another 10 years? Because if it took this long for them to make like an asset reusing same engine game, like how long will it take for the next like non-asset reusing game? Like how long will it take for them to make a new engine and new graphics?
Well, all I'll say is, be grateful you're not an Elder Scrolls fan.
Well, at least
they have only taken 15 years to release another game and still haven't even
shown it. At least we have like Avowed coming out.
You have what?
You know the Avowed, which is like an Elder Scrolls kind of game by the people that made the Outer Worlds?
I did not.
Yeah, that's kind of like Elder Scrolls, I think.
Yeah, but people want like specifically Elder Scrolls though. Like they want to go back to that world and see the.
I don't know, considering like Bethesda and how like what happened with Fallout 76.
No, I agree. Like it'll probably their games they've been getting away with managing their projects poorly and releasing broken, buggy games for too long. And I'm not personally confident that the next Elder Scrolls will actually be good, but
I honestly don't know how they made Fallout 3 and then 3 years later Skyrim. I honestly don't know how they did that.
same engine because they use the same engine for all their games.
Yeah, but like engine or no engine.
Well, it's because they haven't been working on Elder Scrolls 6 this whole time. Also, Skyrim is like not actually that polished.
Yeah, I know, but it's
out.
more polished than like Fallout 4, isn't it?
No, it is not. They are both as bad as each other. Trust me.
All right.
As someone with 8 trillion hours in Skyrim, I can tell you that game.
I only played it for like an hour, so.
Oh well, you wouldn't have said it then, because that's exactly it. Because the most polished part is the beginning of the game, because they want to make a good first impression. But though I will say it holds up better than like Oblivion and Morrowind.
But even so, I think 15 years is enough time to make a game. I don't know why they're not like working on it in some capacity. Like even if they're making Starfield, they should have like a separate team to make Elder Scrolls.
It's because they want to do it with the same creators, I guess. Same like.
Yeah, it's weird. That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't need to do it with the same creators.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, even just the one team is barely able to make a functional game. So I'm not sure they could manage multiple projects at once. I mean, the most polished.
No, I'm saying get a different team.
I mean,
which is what they did for Fallout 76, and it didn't go so well.
No, I thought Fallout 76 was still like Todd Howard and stuff.
No. It was a team that was in a different studio, it was like in Texas or something.
Well,
that's what the history video I watched, the Internet Historian video said.
Well, Fallout 76 was pretty embarrassing when it came out, but it got better over time, right?
Sure.
I mean, I'm not saying it became good, but it became less of a nightmare.
I wish I had it when they had like the dev room leak where they were like selling all these items for like ridiculous prices. I wish I did that then, because that would have been great.
I will admit I've never played it, but I heard that it got better over time, but I don't know that it ever got good per se.
I heard they just made it grindier.
Well, it became less buggy at the very least.
Maybe that, but I heard that they just like doubled down on how grindy the game was, so they could like get people to pay more money in the shop.
Yeah, that's a little lame. Though I will admit I have some degree of patience for grinding in games, depending on various things.
Oh, I can't stand it, so.
No, I know it's not for everyone. So part of me likes it, but it depends on the context, and I also acknowledge that people shouldn't be encouraged to enjoy grinding. It is not something that should be. It's not something I need to persuade other people to enjoy.
Grinding on Grinder.
I know it's a little early, but don't if we stop here. I need to go to the bathroom and.
Well, we can pause for a second, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless, how long do you want to go for the toilet for?
Well, I didn't want to say it explicitly, but I might be a few minutes.
Alright, well, we just
But
pause
also-
for a second.
I mean, we've been playing an hour anyway. It's not like we.
Well, I would probably just do a more different game then if we were going to stop, because I don't want to stop streaming right now because it's too early.
Okay, well, I'll just go to the bathroom for now then.
Okay.
But I'll be back and then we'll decide what to do when I get back.
All right. Sally. La 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 da 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 da. Catties.
Alright, sorry
Hello.
about that. Hello.
I'm just
we can play Mario a bit longer if you want.
fucking around in the overworld, so...
Okay. Yeah, let's just keep playing with Mario.
Alright.
Another 20, 30 minutes. And then we'll...
How many Mario minutes is that, though?
I don't know. I don't know how time works in the Mario world.
In the Super Mario 3D world.
So I guess maybe we'll play a different game next one. Is that what you were thinking?
I don't know, yeah. Well, I haven't actually gotten to the ending. I'm nowhere near the ending still, so...
Oh, right, okay then. Well, I'll just whenever you finish them. I'll just keep going, and I'll get as far as I can. Oh boy. Oh my god.
Have you heard of Diddy Kong Racing?
Yeah, I played it.
But what about Diddy Dong Dacing?
I didn't really like that one.
What about Kiddy Kong Racing?
Nah, that one sucked. That's why no one talks about it anymore.
What about Donkey Kong Racing?
Kind of surprised that isn't a thing, to be honest. Well, I guess Mario. I guess he's already in Mario Kart, so it would make sense.
It was a thing on the GameCube.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Donkey Kong Racing.
Really?
Yeah.
What is this Mandela effect where I have no idea about this game?
It was a cancelled game. But they had like
it was
a...
never finished. Okay.
I mean, unless you count the one on the Wii, which was like... Wait a minute. So they had like this weird like bongo game where you like tap the bongos, but I don't know if it actually came out on the GameCube because I know it came out on the Wii. But there was a different...
It was on the GameCube, yeah.
No, the one where you're like racing. Not DK Jungle Beat and not DK Bongos.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know, actually. I don't know if that was just the Wii or not.
But like there was like a rare game they were making called like Donkey Kong Racing, and it got cancelled.
Oh, that's too bad. But it could have been interesting.
Instead, they made Viva Pinata.
Was that good?
Yes, best game ever made.
Because it's just a party game, right? Because that just sounds like I couldn't even pretend to
There was a
care about
TV show that came
I know
out.
it was a TV show, but was it? Oh. Why did Rare stop making real video games?
I don't know. Why did they start making fake video game? Why are you not playing the game? Oh, you are. Never mind. You were like stopped for a second, and I was confused.
I was waiting for the right opportunity. Oh my god. Oh, how am I gonna... How am I going to... How did we get synced up? Oh,
I'm gonna try and beat this game today, so...
okay.
I'm almost at the final world, so... We'll see what happens.
Oh, it's just one of those. Is there only 2 stars in this level? No, there's 3 stars. Where's the last one? What the heck? Where's the last one?
I don't know.
God.
Better question. Where's the not last one?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Damn it! Do you not know anything? Or are you just
Not a
saying
single-
that you don't know anything?
Well, I know useless things. Like who every Sonic voice actor so far is.
What if there was like, if it was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Wouldn't be so useless then.
Yeah. I'd have to actually get on it though. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm not doing. I'm trying to get the last mushroom.
What was the name of that game you sent me the Kickstarter for again?
I don't know. But it looked cool.
I don't know that I've seen enough of it to say that I would feel. I mean, I guess you can never really know if something you back on Kickstarter is going to be good or not.
Problem is, like, how do I know? Like, is it even worth if it is even worth backing when it's already made its goal? You know?
I mean, what do you get for backing it?
Just the game.
Is that it?
And you get like a hat. A free hat. It's like...
I'm not sold that it's worth it to back. If the game's being made either way, I'd say, honestly, you may as well just...
Yeah, like, I don't know how much the final game will be. Like, am I saving any money by backing it instead of just waiting for the final game to come out? It might be cheaper when the final game comes out.
You know, when Five Nights at Freddy's was originally on Kickstarter, it got 0 funding.
Yeah, but that's because they only had it on for 1 second.
No, they had it up for a while and not a single... This was before it actually came out on Steam, like, just straight up no one was interested in it.
Oh well.
But then when it actually came out and people played it, that's when it got funded. And then sometimes when things do really well on Kickstarter, they turn out terribly when they're actually finished.
I mean, I
Or they
wouldn't
just
really...
end up not existing like that.
Personally, I wouldn't exactly call Five Nights at Freddy's a good game, but, you know.
No, but it's successful.
It is successful, yes.
No, I'm not huge on Five Nights at Freddy's either, but I understand the appeal of it, I will at least say. I just didn't... I'm not that scared by it.
No, well, I don't really like jump scares. It's not...
Well, I mean, if people who are scared of, like, you know, clowns and stuff, or the clown-adjacent things might find it scary, but I'm not really into... No, I prefer, like, the more sort of creepy... Like, PT was, I think, could have been, like, the best horror ever game. Horror game ever, rather than
Horror. I couldn't play it because my PS5 didn't exist when it came out.
Yeah, it's really sucks. Like, even I know they're making like 1 billion Silent Hill games now, but none of them are PT. Which
Ow.
is a shame. Oh my god, I can't do this. I bet that could have been like a legitimately scary game. Because even the demo, I had nightmares after watching people play the demo.
There's like a remake on PC that people have made.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's cool that they did that, but it's also still just a shame that the actual game couldn't have happened.
I should try that out.
I mean, I feel like I've seen so many videos of it, it's just not really... I know all the scares now.
I've never seen a single video of it, so...
It's really creepy. Like, there's a couple jump scares, but most of it is, like, slow build-up and atmosphere and stuff. And the jump scares are earned, in my opinion. Like, they come at a time when it's scary. It's not just, like, boom! Like, I don't know, well, like, it comes at a time when where it will scare. Like, those are the kind of jump scares I'm fine with, when they come at a time when they're calculated, they're not just... That's the crux of all the scares.
I just don't like loud noises, so...
Well, yeah, that's fair. There's a couple jump scares in that game that don't rely on loud noises.
Well, if it's not loud, then it's...
I mean, there's one that's loud. but I'm not going to pretend that it's all sunshine and rainbows. But
Damn it! I got blown up by the bomb.
I do absolutely agree that it's better when there's...
Just gonna restart this level.
I also have mixed feelings on whether allowing you to fight back in a horror game is a good thing. Depends on the game, I guess.
I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think it's more scary if you're able to kill stuff, or less scary, or more scary if you can't kill anything that's trying to kill you?
Depends on how it's done.
But yeah, that's
Like-
kind of what I'm saying.
You can kill stuff, but it takes like forever to kill. I don't know.
I mean, in general, I would say that it's better if you can't kill them, but only if it's convincing.
How
that
the
you can't.
fuck are you meant to get that? That is literally like a mile away.
Because in Outlast 2, I just found it stupid that you couldn't. Like, I never played it, but I watched like a full playthrough, and I just thought it was really stupid. Like, there's so many like pitchforks and things you could hypothetically use as a weapon lying around, and most of the enemies are just humans. So the fact that you can't fight back at all in that game is a little.
Outlast 2, yeah, I haven't played that.
Stupid. Never played it. I think Outlast is a bit too much. I feel like they're a bit too intense with like the chases and stuff, to the point where I think you kind of have to become numb to it at a certain point. Amnesia: The Dark Descent is still the best horror game in my opinion, but every time I've tried to see like someone play it who didn't play it, it was new, they haven't gotten into it in the same way. But to me, Amnesia: The Dark Descent is like the pinnacle of survival horror.
I can't get up here.
Resident Evil 7 is pretty scary. Not a lot. More so at the beginning.
I love that game, yeah. I don't really find it that scary, but I just think it's a fun game.
And parts of it were scary, but I wouldn't say it's got... I don't know. I'd say it's more just... It's scary enough to be considered like a Resident Evil, but I wouldn't call it... I wouldn't compare it to like Amnesia or something.
I'm gonna have to go and get a catty.
Right. See, I would not be strong.
What about Chucky? Is that scary?
Never said it. But it... What is it, like a toy?
I don't know. Whenever.
If it's a toy, then I don't think I'd find it scary, because I don't find like spooky toys coming to life to be like really... I think that's why I don't find Five Nights at Freddy's scary, because that's just not a very scary horror concept to me, personally. But hey, what do I know?
I just think it's really cringy.
Well, I think people made it cringy. I don't think it's as inherently cringy. I don't think it's inherently...
Well, the first game was just, whatever.
I wouldn't say I'm like an active fan, but I'm...
I watched a zero punctuation video of the new game, and he was like, this is like the worst game ever made, basically. He didn't understand
like
why
they-
everybody was saying it was so good because he played it and he thought it was just complete shit.
It's kind of how I felt, honestly.
Well, for
Oh,
a
yeah.
security breach?
Well, I haven't played Security Breach. I mean about the first Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I think it's because, I don't know, it felt a bit like Frozen to me, in the sense that, like, everyone said Frozen was this really good movie, but I just thought it was mediocre.
Well, I'm not a 6-year-old girl, so...
Well, I mean, I'm not a 6-year-old girl either, but I liked Tangled.
Well, I feel like Tangled was more,
Same as both Disney films. One...
Yeah, but like Tangled was more, I don't know.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
feel
saying,
like that was like a more original idea, kinda. Where Frozen was more like a clickbait for like the music. Because I don't think Tangled had any music, like sing-along stuff, did it?
It did, but nothing as catchy as in Frozen. It had quite a few songs.
I feel like Frozen was more made towards like being like the next big Disney film, where Tangled was just made towards to be like a normal movie, you know?
I feel like they were both just made as Disney films, because they just both feel like they're cut from. They're both very similar in a lot of ways. I just think Tangled is better.
Well, I
mean,
haven't
think
seen
Frozen,
Tangled in like
Frozen
100
had the better
years.
musical numbers, but I think Tangled was just a better movie. It's just funnier. It was more entertaining.
Damn, I died.
Better characters.
Ah, I died. I didn't really like Frozen that much.
Well, I didn't think it was awful. I just thought it was mediocre. Like, I feel like for Disney it was underwhelming, but a lot of people thought it was the best film ever. So who cares what I think it is? I don't know. I guess after
I don't really
Tangled-
like any of the main Disney films that have come out recently.
I haven't been keeping up with them as much.
Ow, stop killing me, you bitch.
Yeah, I haven't really been seeing them either. I think the last one I saw was... I mean, I saw Frozen 2, and I actually thought that was better than the first one.
No, I haven't seen that one. I saw Strange World.
I didn't see that.
It came out on Disney Plus like a week after it came out in the cinema, so that was worth it.
Alright.
Ow!
I can't play video games.
Me neither.
Not this one.
There's a star in this level, you literally have to kill yourself to get it. It's just stupid level design. Why'd they make it in such an ass? Can I please beat you, Bowser?
Bowser and his kids.
I hate you, Bowser! Your stupid bombs! Your fireballs. Ah! He's still throwing my fireball.
I've officially run out of things to say.
Oh, don't worry, I'll think of something.
Yeah, if you see, I'm just. I feel like I'm just being competitive. Can't think of any. All I could do
Mario Odyssey. Talk about Mario Odyssey. What's your favorite boss in Mario Odyssey?
Does the final chase at the end count as a boss? That might
Not
be a bit of a
really, no.
stretch.
I don't think it does.
That's fair. 'Cause it did. That
Because
would
you're not
be my-
fighting anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I don't think any of them particularly stuck with me.
It's dead.
I don't know. What about you? What's your favorite
I like
boss?
the one in the Wood Kingdom where you're like attack the flower thingy.
I don't remember. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one's actually, yeah, that one's kind of fun. I don't know if it's my favorite, but that one's kind of fun. The thing is, the boss battles weren't really the thing that kind of stuck with me the most in that game, though. They're not the thing that I really took with me after finishing it.
Oh, Bowser here.
Actually, I really liked that they had like anime kind of music.
Oh, I didn't like that. I thought it was kind of
I love that.
cross.
I thought it was awesome. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. And boss vocal songs playing during video games is a bit. Maybe it's because of Sonic Adventure, but I've always loved it when games do that.
No, we're not playing online. Every time somebody comes in here, they're talking about online.
What do you mean?
Like, because people want to play this game online. Because it has online support.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing co-op. We're doing a race. It's a very one-sided race.
I'm at Bowser Land now.
Yeah, I'm just... I'm still in World 5, so... Case in point. Isn't the last world kind of long in this one, though? Because it's, like, longer than the other levels. Like, it's a bigger map, right?
I don't think so, no.
I feel like I remember it being bigger.
I'm gonna speed run it.
I mean, if we were talking about Sonic, I could talk about Sonic things for a million years.
Yee!
Ah, crap.
We don't have to talk about anything all the time. We can have a
I
bit
know,
of...
it's just... it's just I'm just self-conscious. I feel like when I'm just sitting in silence on a stream, I'm not doing a good job at streaming. And if I don't feel like I'm doing a good job at streaming, it makes me enjoy it less. So that's why whenever I'm streaming, I like to always be talking. Because I'm too self-conscious. I'm worried people will just... I'm already constantly worried people are boring, because watching people play games is usually kind of boring, depending on the situation. Because, like, so many people want to, like, get into, like, Let's Plays and stuff, but a lot of the most there's so many Let's Players out there. Huh?
I keep dying and I've only got, like, 1 life left.
Do you think lives are still necessary in games?
Not really.
I'd kind of tend to agree. It's more of a leftover from the days of arcade games.
Yeah. You're right.
Sad. I think I can understand some people liking the appeal because it makes death feel a bit more like it has consequence. Like, some people like. It's the same reason people enjoy playing games with like a hardcore mode, where if you die, your character gets deleted. Like
It's not really a life though. It's more like a permadeath mode.
Yeah, well, permadeath is what I kind of mean. It's like but it's the same kind of appeal though, where people like to have that kind of consequence to failure, so that it feels more exhilarating when they succeed.
Less of a life and more lack of life.
Well, I think that's the appeal in having like lives or like limited tries. If I had to, but I personally think that we're past the point where games need to have lives. I mean, they straight up let you just not have them in Crash Bandicoot 4.
I mean, they do have them, because...
They let you not have them, though.
Yeah, but you don't get, like, the bonus if you don't do it in, like, 3 lives.
In Crash Bandicoot 4?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean in terms of, like, it won't kick you out of the level, but yeah, you do get a bonus if you beat the level without dying.
You have to do it within 3 lives, otherwise you don't get the thingy.
That game really ramps up in difficulty. Like, it starts off really chill, and by the end it gets, like, It's like Cat Mario by the end of it, basically.
Cat Mario. I love that game. We should do a race on that.
I never actually played it, but we said people play it. But I get what it's about. It's like a rage game.
Life is a rage game. Oh, I keep getting hit. These harder levels are more frustrating, I think.
Sonic Origins, they let you play the classic games without any lives, actually.
Oh.
Like, you can just not have lives and just make it... And instead, whenever you would get a life, you instead get, like, a currency you can use to buy, like, artwork and stuff in the... in the game. Sorry,
You use
Sonic
lives to buy a currency? What?
Well, they're not. Lives are replaced with coins. So anything you do that would give you a life will instead give you like a coin that you can spend in like the in-game sort of shop to get like unlock like in-game gallery stuff, basically.
That's cool.
But you can also still play with lives enabled. There's still an option for people who want it. But for some stupid reason, they force you to play in 4x3 mode if you go in that mode, which is really dumb.
Sounds dumb, yeah.
Everyone was weirded out. And the weird thing is, it's really easy to fix it with mods. Like, people managed to, like, mod widescreen lives mode into the game, like, really quickly. So it makes it weird that they didn't just have it. They should have just had the screen ratio as a toggleable feature separately. I don't know why they tied it to the game mode. That's just...
Because they thought, hey, level, heart, whatever.
Yeah, Sonic Origins was... Apparently the team that, like, did the Sonic 3 remaster were apparently not very happy with the state it released in. Sega really needs to fix their development pipeline.
Also,
I mean,
no cool music.
I mean, I like some of the replacement music, but the
Where did the replacement music even come from?
It came from the prototype, because in the prototype version of Sonic 3, the entire soundtrack was done by Jun Senoue.
Oh.
But then...
So they have like two
game...
completely separate soundtracks?
Well, not all of the music was Michael Jackson. Like Angel Island, like the only levels that were Michael Jackson were, well, there was Ice Cap.
So some of the music from the prototype was in the final game, and other music wasn't. Is what you're saying? Okay.
And that prototype music was used when they re-released the game on PC because they couldn't get the Michael Jackson stuff anymore.
No, because he's dead.
The versions of the music in Sonic Origins are like recomposed by Jun Senoue, but they're also not very good. Like they use the wrong sounds and stuff. Like there are like fan cover people have like already modded in.
The idea they can't get the music from Michael Jackson because he's dead.
It's because of they also don't have like rights to it anymore. It would probably be crazy expensive to get a hold of it.
But they make Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic games don't have that big of a budget now. Even Sonic Frontiers used.
Yeah, but I mean, like the music is from Sonic, so surely they own the music.
Yeah, but it was licensed by Michael Jackson. So like, they didn't own the track. They had the rights to the track for Sonic 3.
It's crazy.
Which is why whenever they really re-release the ROM of it, it still has the Michael Jackson music, because that's not changed, it's just the ROM, it's like as it was. But whenever they have to actually sort of re-brand the game in some form, that's when they change the music. Like when they re-released it on PC, the Sonic & Knuckles collection.
At least they have re-released it on PC, I mean...
Well, the Sonic & Knuckles collection isn't it was a Windows 98 thing. It does. It's not.
Isn't it on a Mega Drive collection?
No, they. Okay, this is really stupid. They actually took all this. They took Sonic 1, 2, and 3 out of Mega Drive Classics collection. So if you don't own them already, you can't. If you don't own the Steam versions of those already, you can't get them anymore.
But they do have Michael Jackson music, right?
They do, but you can't buy them anymore.
I think I do have them, so...
Oh, in that case, there you go.
Because I remember the Humble Bundle had a load of them, so...
It's also really easy to mod the Michael Jackson music into the game. Like, because people did that, managed to
You
do
can
that
also
really...
mod and add Breaking Bad music into the game as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I've modded the music for that game. It's really easy to do.
Well, Breaking Bad, the video game.
There was a Breaking Bad mobile game. It sucked.
What's that? I know there's like Lego Breaking Bad.
It barely had anything to do. Essentially, the whole idea was that it's like set in season 5, and like you are like Walt, Jesse, Mike, and Saul running like a business, and the whole game is that you're managing a business and like building troops, like a drug business and building troops. But it's like, it feels more like it's a different game with a Breaking Bad skin. It's a really weird thing. I don't know why it got made.
What's your favorite Breaking Bad meme?
Favorite Breaking Bad meme? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't think any of them strike me out as particularly a favorite. Why? What about you?
Mine is the call anonymously thing. They show like, yeah, it's like a MILF hotline. It's like, call anonymously.
Well, I know the scene, but I never saw that as a meme anyway.
It is. It's funny.
I know what. That's from like the second episode, right?
No, it's from season 4, episode 13. No, 12. It's either Face Off or the one before that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, well, in that case, I actually have no idea what that is.
It's when they're calling about Gus putting a hit out on Hank.
I know this. I'd probably get it if I said the name.
Why did they let him go though? Why didn't they like tie him up? Because like they knew he was gonna fuck around, you know?
Who?
Stupid. Why didn't Gus like tie Walter White up instead of just letting him go?
Because Jesse wouldn't.
Yeah, but he's not like killing him. He's just tying him up until.
Yeah, Jesse still wouldn't appreciate it because it would be like.
But they tied Jesse up.
I don't think he appreciated that either, though.
They literally tied him up in the cellar, or whatever.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that Breaking Bad OL game's already dead, though. I'd be very surprised. I like played it for 5 minutes.
There was like this really cool endless One Piece run. It doesn't work anymore. It was called like Run Chopper Run. It was kind of like a platformer, like an endless platformer. But it doesn't work anymore for some reason. I've tried to download it, but it just doesn't work. I have a Flappy Bird on my phone though.
No, I don't have Flappy Bird.
It's the benefit of having an Android phone. You get to download old games.
But can you still download it?
Yeah.
I like Android better than iPhone, though, that being said.
I don't really like iOS. I find it too cumbersome to use.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like Apple products that much.
Do you have Android right now, or do you have iPhone?
No, I've got an Android right now. My
Oh,
last
okay.
phone was an iPhone, and I got an Android. No, the one I had before this one was another Android. The one before that was an iPhone.
I for some reason thought you had an iPhone or something.
I used to a very long time ago. Now I have an Android.
That's probably why then. Yeah, I've always had Android phone. Just used to it, you know. And also I like having my music on my phone, and I used to have an SD card, but now
Yeah, well, it's easier to like move files between
Yeah.
Android.
On like iPhone, you have to use like, iTunes and like sync the entire phone.
That's annoying. Pain, pain.
That whole
don't like Mac.
ecosystem thing, so...
I don't like Mac either for Windows. I know some people will get very emotional about this topic, but I just, for me, for me personally, there's like no contest.
Well, Mac is more of like a creative thing for like hipsters who want to do like... They're like...
Well, that's the thing. I got like a Mac because I heard that was the thing that all the like people in the creative industry used, and I hated it. I work way better on a Windows.
I know.
For like older things like for drawing.
It's because
video
what the
editing.
industry uses is what the industry says. Like when you're in a workplace, you're probably going to be using a Mac because that's what they're doing. Though I think nowadays it's changing back towards Windows. But Macs are more like they're more like lightweight devices. Like they're more eco-friendly and they use less power because of the different architecture in the system. They're more efficient in like power usage. So you can like have like a powerful machine, like a small form factor, like the Mac Studio.
I've been on this level for almost this entire stream.
How the fuck do you get over there? Well, I'm trying to get somewhere and I can't figure out how to get there because it's like... Oh my god, it's like all the way over there. Oh, I got game over, oh my god. Mario, you suck.
A lot of games don't run on Mac either. Sorry, I know. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking about Mac now.
Yeah, Mac, because it's on ARM and games are on x86, they have to like emulate them kind of with like a crossover thingy.
Yeah.
It's called like Metal API, where they have to like translate it over to Mac OS. And also, they're really expensive.
No. Yeah, they are way overpriced. I like Android. Android's fine.
Yeah, well, my phone was only like 300 quid, so... Though it gets really hot, even though it's like a flagship phone, it still gets really hot. And I'm not too impressed with that. I shouldn't get... Especially when it's like hot outside, because like the brightness, the hotness of the outside weather in like the summer, it makes the phone way hotter because of the fact that the summer is already hot.
Yeah. I ended up getting an air conditioner, like a portable air conditioner for my room because...
Get one just for your phone so you can like just blow it onto your phone.
It's just so much technology and like, so much like... Well, it's because I'm on the 3rd floor, so the heat travels up to my room more. And also because I've got a bunch of electronics in here. So during the summer it's bad.
It's annoying having hot products in a hot room in the summer.
I live in one of the cooler parts of England as well, so...
I live in like the south, so...
I'm in the north.
I want to move to like Norway.
I'm in Newcastle.
Going to Norway is cold. Could go to the North Pole and it might be like warm enough to have a computer without blowing you.
I have pretty good airflow in my computer though. I've got a bigger case than I need.
Well, my graphics card just keeps going to like really hot temperatures. So I need a new graphics card.
What's your current graphics card?
It's like one from like 2015.
No, as in like what is it though? Like what?
It's
what
a NVIDIA.
What is it? Is it? Because I've got a 3080.
Yeah, I got like a 900 card.
I don't think I really needed the 3080. I mean, I'm kind of glad to have it, but I don't play that many like new games, so I guess I'll probably not be upgrading my PC anytime soon, unless something breaks.
I want something better at least. I don't know what though.
I have way more RAM than I think I need because I didn't really know what I was doing.
How much RAM do you have?
I got like 64
Oh my god. Yeah, I have like 16, so...
You don't need as much as I have.
Well, it would be great to have like more for video editing.
Yeah, well, that's kind of one of the reasons I got so much, because I thought I'd rather have more than I need than have not enough.
Is it like
Wow.
DDR4 or DDR5?
I do not know. But I... Which one's... Which one is the... I have no clue, I'm saying. Whatever it is, it
the
works.
new one is DDR5, so...
Oh, well, if it's like new, probably not, because I've had this computer for a few years now.
Yeah.
Probably DDR4.
Where the hell is this last star? They're tricking me, man. They're tricking me, because I don't know where the fucking thing is.
I just did a whole level and didn't find a single star, so...
Sounds about me right now.
What the heck? Oh, they... I swear to God.
We'll restart this level and do it again. I got a new follower though. That's cool. One day I'll get to like 100 followers.
I had 100 followers at one point, but it might have gone down since if some of them may have been bots.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Bots.
I was also, Twitch was a little bit less crowded back then. I don't think I would get.
Well, I had
would
like in
always
like 2020, I got like a load of new followers, but it seems to have died down a lot since then. A great way is to play like a new game that nobody else is playing because it's new and fresh, but if nobody is playing it, then a lot of people go to your stream.
Sometimes if it's like a really obscure game that no one cares about, then no one will watch though. Because I tried to play Gianna Sisters Twisted
Exactly,
Dreams.
that's the problem. You have to have like a right balance of game that is popular enough, but not many people are playing.
But I also feel like if you're only doing it to get lots of views, you're really doing it for the wrong reason. I don't know. I mean, wanting to... It's nice when a couple people are watching. Like, streaming to an empty crowd is just disheartening, but I think if you're only doing it to get views...
Doing it for all the money.
it's not... Even if you get money, I don't think it's really, like, sustainable unless you're huge, though. Because even though there are some big streamers, there's a lot more small, unsuccessful ones.
Yeah.
So you gotta, I think you've gotta enjoy streaming. You can't, like, if you're not enjoying streaming, then...
I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't enjoy it though, so...
Yeah, that's fair. I kind of, sometimes I enjoy it. There are definitely some people who just want to, like, play games they would never play normally and stuff, just because they...
Time for the train.
I gotta say, it's been a pretty lame to be a Blizzard fan for the past few years.
At least there's no Blizzard Twitch version.
They just have no idea. They've just been... It just makes me really appreciate companies like Nintendo that actually, like, value the individuals that work for them.
I mean, they don't really care about the fans as much. They're kind of similar with Blizzard on that front.
No. Even at its worst, I think Nintendo...
Well, I mean, it's not a compare... It's like... Of course not as bad, but it's still somewhat...
I mean, I kind of guess. I guess Nintendo are very much seem to be in the camp of giving... you know, people... I mean, I get that sometimes fans do not know what they want, and I will fully accept that. Like,
Well, nobody knows what they truly want.
Well, what I mean is, like, there are times when people sometimes ask for stuff, and then it happens, and then they don't like it. Like, sometimes people don't know what they want until they... Like, sometimes people think they want something they don't want when it comes to, like, big games and stuff. Unfortunately. Like, a lot of people thought that they wanted World of Warcraft to be less grindy, but then they made it less grindy, and they realized that without the grind, it's just kind of a mediocre game.
What the fuck? Where the hell did the thing go?
And if they just put a grind in for the sake of being grindy, then it's soulless. I gotta say, MMOs might be one of the hardest genres to get right.
Yeah. I think that they should make GameCube games available on the Switch. And I think
100%, I a million percent agree.
I
they should
think
make...
of that case, people do know what they want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for some things like that, it's obvious, but, like, for things like, I don't know, sometimes, like, for example, I'm trying to think, I'm sure there's probably some example. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there are definitely times when I think, sometimes people think they aren't gonna like something and then they like it. Like, a lot of people forget that people were angry when they first announced Wind Waker because they thought it was too cartoony and kiddie looking.
Yeah.
But then it ended up being most people's favorite Zelda. Like, well, not most people's, but a lot of people's favorite Zelda.
Like, most people are wrong because it's the worst Zelda. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Best Zelda's Faces of Evil.
Faces of Evil, yeah. I don't really like Wind Waker. It's not because of the graphics, it's just I don't like the dungeons. I think it's kind of crappy.
That's fair.
I think Twilight Princess is better for that. But Wind Waker is still a fine game. But I think that the graphics is the least of its problems.
Yeah. Which is just funny because, like...
It is funny, yeah.
It's just funny when that people were so mad about... That I kind of consider that an example of, like, people being too quick to judge.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, when they show you like a thing in development, like a tech demo, like you have some kind of assumption that will be a game in the future, and when they like completely diverge for something that is completely different in style and graphical fidelity, it kind of makes you like culture shock in it.
Yeah.
Not many people really cared about how they went from the Zelda Wii U tech demo to Breath of the Wild, though. I guess at that point, people just didn't give a shit anymore about graphics for Zelda.
I like the graphics in Breath of the Wild. I like that art style.
It's okay.
Like a cross between Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
But that's Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
I think it's more like an anime style. Well, they said it was so.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the style, but
I wish they actually went through with the graphics they had in the 2014 demo.
I don't know if I've seen it, so I don't know if I can really...
Well, in comparison, the game is heavily like downgraded in terms of fidelity to that original presentation.
I mean, one thing I'll say, and this may be a little bit unrelated, but Hyrule Warriors, they changed the lighting on the Switch version.
Yeah. I don't like it anywhere near as much as the original.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, I liked the darker colors and like the...
Yeah, it's too saturated in the Switch version, I think.
No, I agree. I thought it looked better on the Wii U. But I think they also made the game better. Like, they made the DLC actually part of the game that you actually like have to unlock, which I think is kind of neat.
And also it's 60 FPS. Kinda, at some points. Not really. It's not really 60 FPS because it has a lot of frame rate. It's more like 40 FPS.
Yeah. I kind of want to 100% that game someday.
Yeah, me too. It's my life goal. But the problem is it takes about 400 billion years, so...
Yeah, it's a big game. The levels are so long, and they're so big.
Well, it's the adventure mode that's the problem. The adventure mode takes infinity million years.
Yeah, no, it is. It's pretty much entirely the adventure mode. Like, completing the game is like maybe 5% of it, and then...
Yeah, I've completed the game twice now, so...
I don't like that game. I didn't think I'd like it, but I actually did.
Well, it's just like fun fan service for Zelda, so... It's hard not to like it, really.
It's cool. It's also fun when you get powered up and you can kill things quickly. It feels very therapeutic to, like, mow things down.
I like it more than... I think most people don't really like Age of Calamity, so... Most people seem to say that Age of Calamity was kind of a crappy game. I feel like, personally, I feel like the way the combat works is just like very spammy, and it hurts my fingers when I do it.
Yeah. That's the way those warrior games tend to be.
Well, I feel
I
like
kind
it's way worse in Age of Calamity, like, because of
yeah.
the, you know how they have, like, the damage bar, like, when a character does, like, a weakness thing, it, like, has this bar that comes up, and it's like, doo-doo, and then you have to, like, hit the character to do, like, a special move. Like, every 5 seconds it does that, and it's, like, way harder to get it down in the Age of Calamity version, so...
I'll say, I never actually hear anyone to talk about Age of Calamity, whereas I hear people talk about Hyrule Warriors, the original, quite a lot.
Well, that's because there's no cat bombs in Age of Calamity.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hyrule Warriors is like it's kind of a tribute to old Zelda, whereas Age of Calamity.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. It's too focused
was-
on one game. It's kind of like Team Sonic Racing. They put all their eggs in one basket.
The thing about, I like Team Sonic Racing, but I feel like it's pretty much objectively a downgrade from All Stars
Yeah.
Racing, because it's like they got, not only did they get rid of the Sega, which is like, you know,
They should have
How-
made
how-
it like even more characters instead. They should have gone even further. Kind of
Yeah.
like how the Smash DLC went to like third party. They should have gone like even bigger with the amount of characters.
that would be cool. I mean, even within the Sonic universe, there's some characters that I kind of wish were in there that they didn't add.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, is what I'm saying.
I think there must. I think there was. It sounds like there was some trouble development from that game, though. Like, it sounds like the fact that it even came out in the state that it did was kind of a testament to a lot of patch.
Transformed is still good though, and I think the original is the best one though, to be honest. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think's better, the original or Transformed?
I like Transformed, but I thought the original was good. The original's different enough that I feel okay, sort of enjoying them as separate games. Whereas I feel like Team Sonic Racing, it's just All Stars Racing Transformed, but without the transforming. Basically, like, there's no boats, there's no flying. It's just a stripped down version of the same game. I mean, the team mechanic is okay, I guess. It's just not really exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still thought the game was okay.
I think I have like one level left and then I'm on the final level, so...
It's got some cool music. I'll say that. Oh, so did All Stars Transform. So yeah, All Stars Transform is better, but I like Team Sonic Racing as well.
What about Shrek Super Slam?
I don't know. And also, I'm not a big fan of the I don't
The
know. I
what?
will say I kind of like how the handling in the first Team Sonic Sonic All Star Racing is very different, isn't it? It becomes stiffer, but it's like.
Did
not
you ever
necessarily-
play Mario Kart 7?
Was that the one on the 3DS?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Because I was so disappointed with that game, because I thought when they announced like the gliding and the customization, it would be like way deeper than it actually was, but it was so like gimmicky that I thought like it was just disappointing.
I don't know if you know the story about about the whole. Well, okay. Well, basically, you might know this already, but there was a thing where, like, obviously, when All Stars Racing Transformed got announced,
Yeah.
everyone was saying they're ripping off Mario Kart 7. They're just doing the thing. The funny thing is, apparently, the Team All Stars Racing had been in development since before then.
Yeah,
And apparently,
I heard that.
the developers were like, "What the heck?" when they announced Mario Kart 7. So apparently, they didn't. They just.
So when did they
honestly
start working on it? When did they think of the idea? Because Mario Kart 7 was announced in like E3 2010, wasn't it? Or maybe
I
they didn't
won't- I-
announce like gliding until then. So I don't know.
Well, I know that
Because I know they first showed Mario Kart 7 off in like special images in like 2010 at the
Well,
E3 event.
I know that they definitely didn't steal it from them. Like, I think
Well,
they
yeah.
honestly just came up with the
Well,
same
it's
idea,
different
like,
enough to where it's like not even a stealing thing anyway. It's just kind of similar, you know.
Yeah, it's just a very unfortunate coincidence.
It's like how Sonic Lost World is like kind of similar to Galaxy, but not really that similar.
Well, they openly said that they tried to make the game appeal to people who liked Mario, which I think is one of the problems with that game, honestly, because Sonic isn't Mario.
Well, it's not like Mario Galaxy. I wouldn't say it's like Mario Galaxy. It's more like a...
A lot of the music in that game sounds like Mario music, though, legitimately.
Well, that's not
Like,
a bad thing.
I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It's just kind of like it felt like they. I don't know. It felt like I don't agree with the approach they took because it felt like they were. Sonic isn't a slow-paced precision platformer, and it never really has.
Yeah, that
been,
is true. The parkour kind of did suck, so...
They did something like parkour should be appealing and like effortless and easy, but it was awkward and stiff.
Yeah,
and
especially
bad.
on those 2D sections with the ice, running up the ice walls.
No, it was really bad. Not impressive at all. Even, I mean, some mods make it a little better, but still not great. There aren't that many mods for Lost World because people didn't really like it that much.
By the way, in the Last World, there's like a mystery house that has like a load of stars you can get instantly. But I don't think we'll get to that. Or you will.
Probably not. In the Bowser.
Well, that level's good, yeah. I love the cat guys, they're so funny. When they go meow.
Apparently they wanted Sonic to run in that game originally. I think I probably told you.
In
that
what?
already.
I thought
In
Sonic already ran.
In All Stars Racing, I mean, sorry.
How does he run?
Well, as in, like, apparently when they were first coming up with the game, they wanted Sonic to run instead of driving a car.
Yeah, I don't think that would work out well. It would be
Well,
a
that's
bit...
kind of why, I guess that's why they didn't do it, because they couldn't get it to feel right.
Did you ever get the Banjo-Kazooie DLC?
Yes.
I want to play that.
Because I had it on the Xbox. I thought it was kind of cool that they had Banjo. Just wish there was equivalent. Apparently they wanted, this might just be a rumor, but apparently for All Stars Transformed, they pushed to get Kirby for the Nintendo version of All Stars Transformed.
that would've
and
been
Nintendo
cool.
just turned it down.
Damn you, Nintendo, and your dumbass.
I would have liked it if Kirby was in the game.
He is in Mario Kart 8. No, he isn't, but you know. He's in the trailer for the Smash Bros. Thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I like the characters they added to Smash Ultimate better than the ones they added in Smash Wii U.
What characters are they?
Like, I thought King K. Rool was cool, they added Banjo as well.
Well, they had a lot more if you count the DLC, so... But the DLC added a lot of characters, so...
Well, I just mean like out of the new characters that were added in that game, I feel like Ultimates were better. Like, I don't know, a lot of the ones in the Wii U one were a little sort of niche and strange, like Wii Fit Drainer, Little Mac.
I never bought the Season 2 DLC for that.
I didn't either, and I still want to.
Oh, so you never played Sora and King from...
I've not. I just haven't played the game. I don't think I've played the last few characters. I've played Sephiroth either.
Well, he's part of the DLC pack, so...
I know.
Yeah, I only bought the first one for, like, Banjo and stuff. I think the first one is a lot better, though, so...
I played the game a lot when it came out, but I only played it a little as they released the DLC. I just stopped playing. I just stopped playing my Switch.
Well, the thing is, like... It gets repetitive after a while, so...
I mean, I think it's a good game, but I wish they would do more to make it fun for single player.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like they just gave up on that completely. Like
The characters don't do enough to like make them differ from other characters, for me at least. Like they
Sorry?
feel very once you play one character, they all they all play very similarly to me.
I don't really mind that, honestly. I'm fine with that.
Well, like I feel like when I could play a character for 5 minutes and then it feels like I'm just playing the same game again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like Smash.
I'm not really that into fighting games, to be
That's
honest.
fair. I'm probably more into fighting games than I am into racing games, but I'm not into like sort of quote-unquote traditional fighting games of like.
Well,
the
I like
with it.
the courses for fighting games more than the characters themselves. So if there's like a new Smash Bros. Course, like a level. But the problem is they didn't really add any new courses to the Ultimate version. They only really focused on new characters.
I
And
will
most
say
of
I
the
really
courses were older courses from like the old games.
I mean, there was a couple, but yeah.
Yeah, there
no,
were. It was like 4 or 5, and then the DLCs had
Well,
courses.
the Banjo-Kazooie one was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
The Minecraft one was kind of impressive with the attention to detail as well.
Most of the
I don't think-
DLC characters are like banned though because they're so like overpowered and like they're banned from like competitive play because
I
it's
didn't know
just
that.
like cheesing.
It's a shame.
Happened in Smash Wii U as well. They just like made the characters so overpowered in the DLC
They
that it
nerfed
wasn't
some.
fair.
I didn't think nerf some of them in Ultimate though. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Bayonetta.
yeah. Well, that's because they weren't DLC anymore. They have the mentality of if you buy the content, you want the best content ever. So they make them way better than other characters.
I think Sakurai did a really good job directing Smash Bros. Though he clearly put in a lot of effort. There's so much attention to detail. I feel like they would have put more Sonic stuff in if Sega okayed it. Because the Sonic stuff.
Always
got-
going back to Sonic.
I'm a Sonic fan. I'll stop though. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sonic's just where a lot of things do just go back to Sonic for me, truthfully, because most of that's like the main series that I've been following since I was a little baby.
That's like me, but for Mario.
Yeah. I kind of wish I had. That's one of the reasons I wish I'd had a GameCube instead of a PS2 when I was a kid, because I feel like a lot of the big series on the GameCube actually still exists now.
Well,
whereas
truth be told, I didn't really play Mario Sunshine until later, but I played like Mario World a lot and the original Mario Bros.
Still, if I'd had like a Mario or something like that on the GameCube when I was a kid, I would have probably been a bigger Mario fan, because I wasn't until I was like 12 or 13.
I got like Mario Galaxy when I was like 11, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
See, I got Mario Galaxy when it came out, and I only played it once, and I never finished it until like way later. And I don't even remember finishing it, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure I did.
I mean, I got it in like a few years after it came out because. But then I got Galaxy 2 when it first came out, like the week it released or something like that. So.
How close are you to finishing? 'Cause I'm getting.
Oh, I'm on like the last level basically. I'm very close to finishing it.
Okay. I'm kind of out of juice. I gotta be honest.
But don't worry, just play the game for fun, I guess.
That's kind of what I've been doing this whole time.
Play it more for fun.
It's just because, you know, investing so much interest in stuff like Jak and Daxter feels like a waste in hindsight.
Well, at least the games are fun.
They were,
I never-
but they didn't make it. They don't make new ones anymore.
Yeah,
So it's
true.
Like, it's like I'm just waiting. It's
What if they never make another Mario game again? No. Oh my god.
If that happens, then well, that's the thing though. Mario is never really gonna be a dead franchise. It's like it's Mario.
And then Miyamoto comes out and says we're never making another Mario game again.
I'm sure some people would be upset.
Oh, I would be livid.
Apparently Nintendo actually did try to buy Sonic at one point.
Didn't, like, Microsoft try and buy Nintendo?
No, well, maybe actually.
And then Nintendo
but...
laughed them out. Because they were like, fuck off.
That'll be kind of fun. Well, I think the reason...
I know, Sony were trying to, like, get Sega to sell the PlayStation. Or, like, make PlayStation games. But then Japan was like, no, we're not doing that because Sony isn't, like, a reputable company. So Sony just made their own console. And then Atari were going to Sega. No, Sega went to Atari to make the Genesis happen in America.
The thing about Sony is
And then
that
Atari shut them down because they didn't think it would sell well. But then it became big, so they were dumb.
Be careful who you pick on in school.
True story. But yeah, Atari should have fucking gone with getting Sega the Genesis in America because they would have not gone bankrupt if they didn't.
Sega's, even back at their peak, Sega had been notorious for making really questionable...
No, it wasn't Sega that made the bad decision, it was Atari.
Oh, right.
Like, Atari were gonna sell the Genesis in America. But they didn't want to because they didn't think it would do very well. But then it did do very well. And they were idiots. And then they went bankrupt.
You never know what's going to succeed.
Well, I mean, it was already doing well in Japan and Europe, so... Did you know that Nintendo were gonna go to Atari to sell the NES, and then they also declined on that?
Well, I bet they regret that now. One of the most revolutionary gaming consoles.
So they fucked up twice.
Oh, Atari. That is pretty. Those are some pretty hefty L's.
Damn it! These cats aren't catting me anymore.
Oh, I forgot about the carrying the piranha plant thing. That's fun.
There's a lot of cool ideas in this game, isn't there?
Yeah. So this is a good game.
It's one of the games of all time.
One of the best Mario games, I'd say.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It just came out at it just came out at a time.
It wasn't the game that they needed for the time.
No, it wasn't. Which I think it's why it holds up so much better now that it's on the Switch, because now we don't have the context of this is your Mario game for this.
Well, it's not even that this is the Mario game, it's that they were focused on having a party game, and the casual audience just didn't care about the Wii U, and they needed more of a hardcore audience, where the hardcore audience just didn't really care about having a Mario Party game, you know? It's not even that it wasn't a revolutionary game like Odyssey was, it's more of the overall target demographic that they needed didn't care about this game. That was the problem.
I mean, it's just... It feels like they tried to really create a lot of synergy between the Wii U and 3DS, and it didn't really work out.
Yeah.
Like how they had Smash Brothers on both consoles.
They should have done is make the 3DS again. I don't know.
Well, I think Pokemon has really struggled since the Switch came out. I'll say that for sure.
I'm on the final level now.
Nice.
Which is a big level. And it has a volcano in it.
I thought it was really disappointing that the Kingdom Hearts HD collection was released through cloud gaming on Switch. Like, that's so...
Yeah, it's just Square Enix not giving a shit.
I mean, I will grant that it probably would take a bit of work to get it to run.
I don't think it would take
properly,
that much work. It's just a PS2 game. I mean, seriously,
yeah,
how
but
much work?
but the HD version was specifically. There's a lot of context. Like, okay, so the HD version, they had to actually redo a lot of the assets for it because they lost the original assets, which is
No, it wasn't the assets that they lost. It was the code that they lost, and they had to redo it.
But they redid a lot of the textures as well. So
Yeah, they did, but I wouldn't say it was like. I wouldn't say those textures couldn't run on the Switch easily. I mean, they're PS3 quality textures, aren't they? So.
I guess that's true.
I really don't think the game would be that demanding on the Switch.
I guess I'm hesitant to say something should be easy when I don't know what it would actually entail. I'm hesitant to code explain, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, whatever. Well, logically, it wouldn't take that much work, but I mean, considering like they got Final Fantasy X HD on the Switch, and they got Final Fantasy 12 HD on the Switch.
Well, it's because also like a lot of people really wanted them to bring back like the old classic version of Warcraft, and people were like, "Why aren't you doing it?" And then it turns out that the reason they didn't do it was because a lot of the code was just gone.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's because of things like that. I'm just hesitant to. I don't like to tell someone who knows better than me.
Well, they could like just emulate it and like do like a via emulation thing, kinda.
Yeah, it's better if it runs on if it's running natively though.
Well, if they don't have the code, they can't really do anything about it other than like remaking it.
Well, for classic. Oh, they did. Well, they did end up remaking it.
Well, that's fine then.
But no, I'm saying like because of that whole incident though, it's made me like it was a big thing that like took them a while, and they had to like beta test it and everything, and there was a lot of drama and stuff behind it. It's a long story, but the point I'm trying to make is that because of that, I'm hesitant to tell. Well, because of not just because of that, but because of a lot of things. I don't like to assume I know someone's job better than they do. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I don't like to assume like. I don't
well, I just look at it in a sense that there's one game that's running perfectly fine on the Switch that is more demanding than a PS2 game from 2002, and I just see that there's no logical reason to why they couldn't run it.
I mean, I'm not confident in agreeing or disagreeing because at a face value that makes sense. But there could be some weird spaghetti code shenanigans that I don't know anything about, so I'm afraid to. In theory, though, I agree, and if it does take some effort, I think it would be worth the effort personally. But,
I mean, every game takes effort of some kind.
But I mean,
it's not just going to automatically be playable on the Switch. It's going to take some work.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like if it did take maybe more than it might appear, I still think it would be worth it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like even if it's like. Because sometimes...
I wonder how many people actually bought the cloud version.
No, I sure didn't.
No, I would never buy a cloud game.
Me neither. I tried the PlayStation Now thing and I hated it.
Yeah, PlayStation Now is really bad. GeForce Now is pretty good though.
The thing is, even in the best case scenario, there's always going to be some delay. Even if you have like the perfect connection. There's just only so much that is physically possible.
Well, like they have this NVIDIA Reflex thing, which like cuts the input lag down to like.
Oh, how does that work?
It like streamlines the GPU to television connection, so it's like less input lag, and with it, it's actually like less laggy than like a console game with the cloud streaming, so it feels perfectly fine. But you'd need to have like a wired connection, really, to have it work.
It's interesting though, because in theory, cloud gaming is a cool idea because it means that it's especially good for games that run on like weird spaghetti code that can't be like properly emulated. So like.
Well, it's good for like if you're out about on like the train and you have internet and then you don't want to like have a massive computer and you just want to.
Yeah. I mean, I prefer to actually like have a game downloaded personally. I prefer not to have to rely on the internet, but in theory, cloud gaming is not a bad idea. I like to own the games, I guess. I like to just be able to play them when I want to play them, and not have to rely on being connected to the internet.
Yeah.
It's funny because I know some people say, well, what about Steam? But apparently Gabe Newell said like a while ago that if there ever reaches a point where Steam shuts down, he's got like a thing prepared where he can just make everyone suddenly just
Yeah, but the
get
problem
over
with that is if the company goes bankrupt, how would they even proceed with that? Because they wouldn't have like the option to do that if the company doesn't
Well-
exist.
Well, what I'm saying is it's already in place. Like they have the thing in place where they would just have to basically, in theory, press like a big button, and that would everyone would just.
Yeah,
get
but
their
how
games.
would they get to the button if the company doesn't exist? Like if they have no money and if the servers are all like shut
Well,
down?
that would be the last thing they do is their company is shutting down.
I guess so. Yeah. If they can do it, then.
Because in order to shut it down, they would have to go. To
I don't like how Steam monopolizes on the digital marketplace and how they charge like a ridiculous amount for every game sale.
See, I like having all my games in one place, but I also think that not having competition is bad because it means there's less incentive for companies to fix big issues. Like Steam still, like for ages, had some terrible problems that took forever to be addressed.
And also, they have terrible security because my account was hacked and they didn't even like send me like a change password thing or anything or like a information. The only way I knew about it is because they sent a thing that said one of my products was sold on the marketplace. So they didn't even like give me a warning or like have them send like a 2FA key or something. Like they managed to get through my account without even like doing anything.
Well, if you look at like YouTube, for example, there isn't really like a competitor to YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck YouTube.
Twitch maybe in some degree, but not with like video uploading and sharing and stuff.
Yeah, well both are pretty bad in its own way.
No,
But I
absolutely.
just think 30% for a game sale is just a lot, you know? I feel like 10% is a fair amount. That's what like GOG does, I think. Not 100%.
I like GOG because I
Yeah.
like that they
Well, I like how
that
it's
they-
DRM free, so.
Yeah. No, that's really.
But
good.
the only reason I'd buy a game is to support the developers. Like if it's an indie game, I want to give them my money. I don't want to give Steam my money because I'm not buying Steam, I'm buying the game. And like I know people care about Steam as like a software kind of thing, like for the additional features, but I don't really use the features. I just play the game.
I mean, well, the GOG did. I think one thing that made me a little disappointed was when GOG didn't release that one horror game.
What game was that?
It was like a game which had like some Chinese, like anti-Chinese government propaganda, which got like banned, and then they were gonna.
Oh
on
yeah, I
Steam,
forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty
yeah.
fucked up.
And they were gonna re-release it on GOG, but then they got harassed by Chinese nationalists and they chickened out.
Damn
They
you,
said no.
Chinese. I just found out something insane about this game. There's the fucking Luigi Mario Bros. Arcade game is included.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so I have beaten the game, but I've got one more level to do, so I think I should just beat this level and then we can stop playing.
Yeah, because I'm kind of.
It won't take
I'm
that
running
long.
on fumes over here.
It won't take that long. Then we could stop playing and then we could play a different game next time.
Okay.
But I think you should try and finish the game in your own time. Because it's a good game.
I mean, I've already beaten it on the Wii U, it's just not this version.
But have you played all the levels? And also Bowser's Fury.
Haven't played Bowser's Fury, and I haven't played the stuff in that like extra rainbowy level, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I've beaten like the sort of story.
You should
Oh.
definitely try and do something about that.
Maybe. I mean, I don't doubt it'll be good. I just.
Bowser's Fury is like one of the best Switch games.
How would you compare it to Mario Odyssey? Like, I know there's no comparison in terms of content, but in terms of like controls and stuff like that.
I kind of think it's better than Mario Odyssey in terms of controls. It's just more simpler, and I like simplicity in my controls. I mean, Mario Odyssey has a lot more movement and stuff, but I feel like the simplicity of it is better.
Well, I think Mario Odyssey, even Mario Odyssey is pretty simple, because, like...
Oh, I
know
don't
you've
like
got a
how
lot
there's, like, all the cappy stuff. I find that too
Yeah, but it's
complicated.
up. You never have to use it, though. Only if you, like, speedrun.
Yeah, but that's the thing, I do speedrun it.
I don't mind them having those extra tricks if they're not, like, required to play the game.
I mean, I think you do have to use them to, like, get from somewhere, like, over a large gap. You have to, like, land on Cappy and then jump on Cappy.
I don't think the game ever requires you to do that, though.
Maybe I should play the game and try to beat it without doing that. Try and beat the entire game without using capping.
I feel like I saw a challenge like that once. Well, I think it's like minimal captures, and there's like some captures you like have to do, like you can't avoid it, but there's some you can. It's like the minimum is like you have to do at least like 3 or something in the game.
What world are you on?
World 6.
You're almost at World 7 now.
Yeah, but I've ran through this level twice.
Maybe
and
you
I'm
can
not
beat me.
close to- I'm not gonna beat you. Possible. I've gone through this level like 3 times now, and not a single star. Pretty sure it's all because they're up on these tall crates. No! Oh. Yes? No! I don't like video games. I feel like if they made another Donkey Kong Country game and then didn't put King K. Rool in it, that would be a little lame. Since they
Yeah.
brought it back for Smash Brothers and got everyone all excited like that. I feel like they kind of have to put him in the next Donkey Kong now. I mean, I still don't really get why he couldn't have been in the last 2. But
I'm gonna end it off on the best music ever. Rocket. Here we go. Going to Mario Galaxy. The best music ever.
oh,
Star bits. I want to eat the star bits.
alright, so we wrap it up.
Yeah, we can stop it now.
Okay.
There's a Luma. There's a Luma. Hello, Luma.
Well, I will admit I wasn't as behind as I thought I was, but not as. but still
Man, I
further
wish they
behind
brought
than I-
back Mario Galaxy stuff in future Mario games. Did you know this is like the last Mario game where they really talked about Mario Galaxy?
I'm sure they'll do it again. Maybe in the next one. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye.